Good morning, children. Let's talk a little bit about some of these Facebook requests that I've been seeing. There's a list that has been floating around, and it lists all of the things that people want Facebook to do for them. And some of the people have responded and saying, Facebook is free. You have to deal with it the way they give it to you. And others have come back saying, I don't care if it's free. Imagine if I hire somebody to paint my house. There's the mascot. And I say I want it green, and they paint it blue, and they did it for free. Do I have to accept whatever they give me? No, that's different. You're hiring somebody to do a purpose, to do a task for you, and they don't do it to your specifications, so you get to have a legitimate beef with them. Facebook, however, is providing a service overall. They're open door policy, saying, we have this thing, come in and use it, or not use it. So that's like me, the equivalent is me saying, I am a painter of rooms, but I only paint them blue. If you want me to paint it blue, I'll paint it blue. And you say, I'd like you to paint it green. And I come in and I paint it blue, and you bitch. I said ahead of time, here's how I do things. Feel free to accept this or not accept this. But don't say, I want you to do it your way, and then I'll complain when it's done your way. Do you see what I'm getting at here? This is the point. You can't complain, I've used this before, that McDonald's doesn't sell spaghetti, that Mercedes-Benz doesn't make pickup trucks. People just have their business models. They do things their way, and you're free to use it or not use it. So with that, let's go ahead and see what some of these things are. I'm going to go ahead and pull this up for you. So now, here's number one. All of my friends' posts. Not just what you think I will like. So Facebook doesn't know what you will like. It's not posting things that it thinks you will like. What Facebook posts are all the things that you're likely to like based on your behavior. That person from the first grade that you haven't spoken to since the first grade, and then you said, hey, let's be friends, and they said okay, and you haven't spoken since? Do they show up on your feed? No, they don't. Now, your best friend that you talk to all the time, you comment on back and forth, this person starts suddenly posting about things you don't care about. One of my closest friends, MJ Media co-founder Matt, talks about motorcycles. He's getting into motorcycles, just got his license, he's going to get a motorcycle. I don't care about motorcycles. It's not my thing. I don't really care. But all his motorcycle stuff is popping up. Now, I'm excited for him getting a motorcycle. I don't care about them. So, why would Facebook keep showing this to me? Why does it think I would like it? Because I comment on everything Matt says and does, usually at his expense when I make fun of him. Point is, the interaction is always, always, always there. If Facebook thinks I like what Matt says, it's because I've given every reason for them to think that I would. They're not making decisions. They are responding. They are reactive when it comes to giving you things because it's based on what you do. You want to see all of your friends' posts. Well, let's see. If the average person has, we'll say 400 friends, that's about average. And if the average person posts 2 times a day, that means that your 400 friends are posting 2 times a day. That's 800 posts per day. You don't have the physical real estate on your screen to host all of that. You don't have the time to read all of that. Literally, you want Facebook to put 10 pounds of shit in a 5-pound box. Not gonna fit. They've got to choose. How do they choose? Based on what you like. Next. Number 2, put posts in the order they were posted. Time. Number 3. Stop switching me to this top stories nonsense. Sounds a lot like in the order they were posted versus popularity. Cool. Time. Numero 4. Stop putting old stories at the top of my feed just because someone commented on it. That sounds a lot like number 3 and number 2. Here's the point. You want a running feed of what happened when it happened, right? You don't want it to be reordered based on popularity. You don't want it to be top stories, which is also based on popularity. You just want a running feed, running feed, running feed. Okay, here's the problem with that, okay? You may not see things when it's posted. I may post the single most interesting thing in the world, and I may do it at 2 o'clock in the morning because I am up, usually filming things like this at 2 o'clock in the morning. You're not going to see it. Does that mean that you shouldn't see it at all? Somebody else may post something at 10 o'clock in the morning when you're awake, but it's boring to you. And you will see it because it's in the order it happened. Here's what you need to remember. New versus new to you. Just because it's old doesn't mean that you've seen it 900 times. It might be the first time you have seen it. So they put things up at the top because it's new to you. It's the first time that first time that you've looked at Facebook since the story was posted. That's the way I'm trying to say this. First time you've looked at your newsfeed since the story was posted. It may have been posted 10 hours ago, but you didn't see it. It's new to you. You ever bought a used car? Oh, I just got myself a new car. No, you didn't. You got yourself a used car. You don't say it that way, right? Because it's new to you. It's the first time you have it. You're announcing to the world what you've gotten. This is the idea. They want people to interact. And if you're closer friends with these people, you're more likely to have that happen because you're going to want to see things from your best friends as opposed to the acquaintances. And these are all the same thing. This is important. And just because someone commented on it, all right, so if somebody writes a story, I write a story, and somebody comments on it, goes to the top. If you've commented on it and somebody else commented on it afterwards that you may or may not know, it goes to the top. Always. If there's room in your newsfeed and somebody commented on it and you've had no interaction, it may or may not go. Here's the whole idea. It's about engagement. This is not a running tally. You watch the news. Do you sit down and tune into the news and watch world events? I know a lot of you are probably going to say no, and I know I say, the news is too depressing. Or I go to Facebook for my news. So the regular news, 7 o'clock news, 6 o'clock, whatever time the news comes on, they will tell you the same story at 5 and 11. And sometimes the next morning. Because not everybody has had a chance to hear it. Now, they tell you the story about the little kitty that was saved in a tree 4 times? No, it's boring, it's not engaging, nobody cares about it. Do you hear the same things about ISIS over and over again? When Ferguson was going on over and over again? And not just updates, but the same thing. Yes, because worthwhile stories that get people's attention, that engage people, that people care about, come up on a recurring basis. Come to the top of your feed. Because they matter. Why does Facebook think it matters? Because you don't stop talking about it, so they show you. Realize, whatever you're seeing on Facebook, you have created that environment for yourself. Let's move on. Stop telling me everything my friends like or comment on. I just want to see what they post. Well, that's the equivalent. So, I'm a super huge Jets fan. Now, if my fiance Linda or her cousin Kelly, who are big Jets fans, comment on a post from the New York Jets, I want to see that. Did Kelly post that? Did Linda post that? No. But they're Jets fans. I'm Jets fans. I'm a Jets fan. And they engaged with something Jets. So, why does it have to be something that a person posted themselves? If you're interested in what somebody has to say, if I'm interested in what Linda has to say, what's going through her mind, what she thinks about, what she likes, if I'm interested in that, I should be just as interested if she types in, I love the Jets, or likes the page, I heart the New York Jets, or shares a photo from the New York Jets, because that's her. That's what makes her her. And her interest in her life is what led her to share, comment, like that stuff. So why does native content matter only, but shared content doesn't? The action of sharing is part of the personality that you want to see in that individual. So you only care about what your friends like if they write it out, but not if they announce it a different way. All right. And finally, number 6. Let me see every post from pages I like. If they post too much, I'll hide them myself. The dumbest of the dumb. Here's why. Real estate. Again, now you've got your 400 friends posting twice a day. That's 800 people, 800 posts. And then you've got all of the brands you've liked posting sometimes multiple times a day. So now you want well over 1,000 posts a day to fit on your newsfeed as you scroll throughout the day. It just physically will not go there. It just won't. I mean, that's like I want him to write 1,000 words on his T-shirt and be in a big enough font that I can write it all, that I can read it all on the screen. Like I just physically can't make that happen. You want me to write you a check for $1 million? Like I can do it, but it doesn't mean anything and it won't work. Like, do you see what I'm saying? So that's the first thing. The second thing is, if you were to hide somebody, let's say you did that. Let's say you hide the JVIC Media page because you get tired of me yelling at you. So you hide it. Now you get nothing. So what your point is saying, I want to see everything from a page. All of it. And if it gets to be too much, I'll hide them and I'll get nothing. What I don't want you to do, Facebook, is to give me some of it. Don't give me a manageable amount. Don't give me just enough where I can actually read it and then go to them for more. Let me have everything so I can get fed up and go to nothing. That's what you're looking for out of them. You know you can take actions to make sure you get notifications, and you do get more of it. And you do get everything. You can get notifications that come right to your phone. You can get pop-ups that make sure they tell you everything. It's possible. So you want them to automatically give you absolutely everything that everybody says in order, and you don't want to miss anything. But you're also not going to sit on Facebook all day long and just read absolutely everything from everybody. That doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't work that way. So, Facebook is a free service, and it's so awesome that over 1 billion people use it. Over 200 million people in the United States alone use it. Everybody's using it so much that it's too cluttered that Facebook makes decisions on what you can see, what you should see, and what you shouldn't see. They make decisions based on your behavior, your feedback, your output. If you want things to be different, then be different. I've never once seen ads for needlepoint. I don't see them for pickup trucks. I don't see them for reptiles as pets. I don't see them for anything I don't care about. I talk about what I care about, I engage with the things that I care about, and in return I'm given more of what I care about. Anything that you get is part of the situation, the feed, that you have sculpted and you've curated for yourself over the last X amount of years. You can change it. You can take specific action. Asking them to change these things is stupid. Give them feedback. Tell them what you want. But think about what you're asking for. Walk into that Mercedes dealership and stomp your feet until they build you a pickup truck. And see how far that gets you. See how long it takes. And tell them, I want it because I care about it and because I deserve it. That's not our business. That's not what we do. And we're not going to start. Now, we're sorry. That's the way it works. I would really like In-N-Out Burger to ship burgers across the country from California, Nevada, wherever they are, to me. And I want it to be fresh. I want it to be hot. And I want it to be just like when you get one there. That's all I want. And I want it to be cost effective and 24 hours a day. That's all I want. Doesn't work that way. You're being unreasonable. Fact. Tailor your expectations to things that are possible in the physical universe. Understand why they're done in the first place. Curate your experience. Your life will be better. The end.